What if I told you there's a land older than most civilizations, a nation that stood at the crossroads of empires for millennia, a people who clung to ancient traditions, forged a unique culture, and embraced a faith that would change the world forever? Today, we journey into Armenia, a land with 7,000 years of history, secret legacies, ancient mysteries, and one of the earliest Christian identities on Earth. This is Armenia, ancient Christian secrets you've never seen. Long before Rome rose, before Byzantium, Persia, or even ancient Greece dominated the Mediterranean world, the Armenian highlands stood as a cradle of human settlement. Armenia's story doesn't begin with Christianity. It begins with men and women who walked through ice and fire, hunted in vast valleys, built stone monuments, and formed the earliest threads of civilization itself. Archaeologists have uncovered evidence of human habitation in the Armenian highlands dating back over 7,000 years into the depths of prehistory, into Neolithic settlements we are still trying to understand. Artifacts, primitive tools, stone circles, these are hints of an ancient society forging paths where others had not yet ventured. There are even enigmatic Vishap stones, dragon-like stelae carved thousands of years ago, pointing to ancient beliefs tied to water, sky, and the forces of nature. These standing stones remain a riddle, silent yet powerful, connecting us to the spiritual life of prehistoric peoples who once called this rugged land home. This is the ancient pulse of Armenia, a land of elemental gods, of earth and water, long before the cross was ever dreamed of. Over time, those early communities evolved into complex states and kingdoms. By the 9th century BCE, the kingdom of Urartu, a powerful Iron Age state, dominated the Armenian highlands. Its stone fortresses and advanced irrigation systems were signs of a people capable of organized warfare and sophisticated engineering. Urartu was a civilization intertwined with mythology and might, but by the turn of the first millennium BCE, it faded, leaving behind a cultural legacy that would help define later Armenian identity. Then, Armenia emerged as a kingdom of its own, a sovereign culture named after its people on the high plateau nestled between great empires. Armenia's location, sandwiched between the Roman West and the Persian East, made it a prize and a battleground. Its rulers negotiated, battled, and shifted alliances over centuries, fiercely defending their autonomy, while also fostering rich culture, art, and identity. The history of Armenia in this era is a tapestry woven with diplomacy and war, art and invasion, a country constantly defining itself against giants. But it's what happened next in the spiritual realm that would etch Armenia's name deep into world history. Cut to early Christianity and the ancient church. Christianity first arrived in Armenia early, according to tradition, brought by two of Jesus' own apostles, Thaddeus and Bartholomew. These early missionaries preached the gospel across the Armenian highlands, laying the seeds of a new faith long before it took hold in Europe. Christian communities began forming in the 1st and 2nd centuries AD, but the game changer, the turning point, came in the early 4th century. At this critical moment, when Rome itself was still defining its spiritual identity, Armenia made a revolutionary choice. Under the guidance of Grigory the Illuminator, known in Armenian as Grigor Lusavorich, the ruling king, Tiridates III, embraced Christianity and declared it the official religion of the state around 301 AD. This was decades before Constantine the Great made Christianity legal in the Roman Empire. This singular act made Armenia the first officially Christian country in the world. Not just a Christian land, but a nation founded in faith long before most of Europe ever dreamed of it. Once Christianity was the state religion, Armenia's spiritual revolution reshaped its culture and its identity. Monasteries sprouted on mountain crags, scriptoria buzzed with translators, rendering scripture and liturgy into Armenian. Church leaders became not only spiritual shepherds, but guardians of language, learning, and national memory. And speaking of language, one of the most profound legacies of ancient Armenia is its alphabet. Before Christianity, Armenians used a variety of scripts borrowed from neighbors. But in the early 5th century, Mesrop Mashtots, a linguist, theologian, and visionary, invented the Armenian alphabet. With it, Armenia could finally express its own voice, its own sacred texts, and chart its own history. This wasn't just a writing system, it was a cultural renaissance that protected Armenia's identity across centuries. Armenian became the language of liturgy, of poetry, and of record, the anchor of a people whose land would be carved up and contested by empires. Now let's talk about something truly fascinating, the unique Christian identity of Armenia. While sharing the core beliefs of early Christianity, the Armenian Apostolic Church developed a theology and tradition distinct from both Eastern Orthodoxy and Western Catholicism. At the heart of this difference lies something called miaphysitism, a theological concept that emphasizes the unified nature of Christ's divine and human essence. This distinction set the Armenian Church apart in the aftermath of early church councils. Because of these unique beliefs, Armenian Christianity developed its own liturgy, rituals, and spiritual vocabulary, a living tradition that still exists today, unchanged in its core identity.
And now, the kind of secret history most people never see. Recently, archaeologists unearthed one of the earliest Christian churches ever found in the ancient Armenian city of Artashata. This structure, dating to the mid-4th century AD, suggests early church architecture in Armenia was already sophisticated, symbolic, and rich in meaning. The octagonal shape, rare for its time, was not random. In early Christian symbolism, the number 8 signifies resurrection and rebirth. This structure likely wasn't just a meeting place, it was a spiritual statement, an architectural echo of hope rising at the dawn of a new faith. This discovery shows us that Armenia wasn't just a passive receiver of Christianity. It was shaping Christian architecture and thought at the very moment the religion was becoming global. Christian Armenia grew and transformed. Cities like Ani, the city of 1,001 churches, stood as beacons of medieval architectural brilliance, blending sacred purpose with breathtaking art. Scriptoria produced illuminated manuscripts, exquisite works of devotion and scholarship. Armenian builders carved stone crosses, kachkars, that became an art form and a symbol of faith. Intricate, spiritual monoliths standing like guardians across centuries. Yet even through medieval brilliance, Armenia was never immune to conflict. Armenia's history is a tapestry of invasions and resilience, from Arab conquests in the 7th century to Byzantine politics, to Seljuk raids, to Mongol incursions, and centuries of Ottoman and Persian domination. But here's the secret many don't realize. No matter who ruled the land, Armenia's spiritual identity survived. Its faith, language, and culture became its fortress, harder to conquer than any mountain pass. The church wasn't just a religious institution, it was a national guardian, a symbol of continuity and survival. By the time the modern era dawned, Armenia's story took even more painful turns. Struggles for independence, occupation, diaspora, and a catastrophic genocide in the early 20th century. But at every turn, through fire and exile, Armenian identity endured. Why? Because it isn't just defined by land, it's defined by memory,
faith and transmission of a 7,000-year legacy. Today, Armenia stands as a testament to human endurance, a small nation with an enormous heartbeat. From its prehistoric roots to the birth of one of the world's earliest Christian civilizations, from the creation of its unique alphabet, from hidden ancient churches to the towering medieval cathedrals, Armenia's story is both spiritual and sublime. And the greatest secret, not that Armenia was the first Christian nation, not that it preserved a unique theology, but that a people can survive without losing their essence for thousands of years through faith, culture, and an unbreakable spirit. If you found this journey through time captivating, hit that like button and subscribe for more ancient history you won't find in textbooks. Comment below, what part of Armenia's history surprised you the most? Until next time, keep exploring the past, because our future is written there.